If you're someone who's been struggling with recurrent miscarriage, then watch this video to find out things that you can start doing right away to optimize your body for a healthy full-term pregnancy. Hi ladies, welcome back to Fertility Mom. Before we get into things today, I just want to let you know that if you go into the description box below or the first pinned comment, there will be a link there for my next live masterclass. I hold these masterclasses every couple of weeks. We get on and we go over some really proven research-based fertility strategy, things that you can actually implement that day to help you not only be able to get pregnant, but to stay pregnant. So if you're interested in learning more, if you're interested in hopping on with me for an hour, hour and a half, then absolutely you'll find the link below. Register for the next upcoming masterclass, and I'll see you there. So I personally know what this feels like to be having recurrent miscarriages and not understanding what is happening. Number one, why is this happening to me? Am I doing something wrong? What can I do? Right? And I would always ask these questions and I was told, just keep trying. These things happen. Miscarriages are normal. And, it's very frustrating. I understand where your head is at right now watching this video, being really frustrated that you have to watch this video. So I get it. And I'm really sorry that you're here. And I want to help you get to this next phase where you're able to get pregnant and stay pregnant. So one of the most important things that I go over with my clients just off the bat, but especially if there's been recurrent miscarriages, is inflammation. There's a lot of things that come at us in our modern world from everywhere, right? From our food, from our daily care products, from our cleaners, even, just simple things around our house. And then we go out and then all those things out. So there's a lot of inflammation coming at our bodies. And we need to be intentional about this. It's not just something that's going to resolve. So one of the things that I like to help my clients with is really working on supporting their body's natural detoxification processes via the liver, okay, and kidneys, but we'll talk about the liver today. So a couple of things that you can start doing right now. You can start drinking some hot or warm lemon water in the morning. Okay, 1 or 2 glasses is fine. Please don't drink a gallon. I see you over there trying to drink an entire thing of lemon water. You don't need to. A glass, 2 glasses is totally fine. All right, when we're looking at inflammation, a big part of this is diet. So we want to make sure that we're decreasing our intake of processed foods and increasing our intake of whole unprocessed foods. And in one of my last videos, one of my last fertility diet videos, I talk specifically about what your plate should look like. So if you want to hop over to that video and take a look, but we want to make sure that we're not eating a lot of things that have lots of different chemicals in them, lots of different non-food ingredients. So when you're looking at the ingredient list, if it's got a lot of names in there you can't pronounce, or don't mean anything, if it's not something that you could make yourself, if you had to, if you were forced to, it's probably not something you should eat. So making sure that we're eating lots of bright, vibrant colors, lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, dark leafy greens, great, all great. We want to make sure we're filling the nutrient gaps that we might have in our body. Another really important thing is protein. We need to make sure we're getting enough protein in each day, a minimum of 60 grams. That's minimum of 60 grams per day. If you're really unsure how much protein you're having, I recommend that you get a tracker and you track it for a few days and see where are you coming in on your protein. But protein is a really important part of making sure that our body has everything that it needs. And it's also a really important ingredient in our detoxification process as well. So those are a couple of things that you can do to help decrease inflammation. Another thing that you can do is start looking at your daily care products. Well, you can use the Think Dirty app for that, and you can scan your products. Again, don't go crazy with this and throw everything out on the first day. As things run out, find something else that has a better score on Think Dirty or has better ingredients, more natural ingredients. But don't get off this video and go throw literally everything out in your house like I would want to do. I hear you. I know. I see you. So those are some things that we can do for inflammation. Now, there are some supplements that we can also take to help us in this process. So if you're not already taking CoQ10, I do recommend watching my video on CoQ10 and adding this to your fertility regimen. And depending on how many losses you've had and depending on where you are in your fertility journey, the dose will vary. So that's something that we can talk about in a different video. You can hit me down in the comments and I'll start answering you there. But the dose of CoQ10 will be different depending on what's happening with you specifically. Another supplement that you can do is something called N-acetylcysteine, or NAC or NAC. This is becoming a little bit more difficult to find. I will try and post a couple of links down in the description box for you. This is a really amazing antioxidant. It's very powerful. It's really necessary for our detoxification process, necessary for our body to make glutathione, which is our master detoxifier, which is we just need, right? Our body absolutely needs the glutathione, and it can make it. It just needs to kind of pull it from different sources. So this is a really important supplement that you can add in. And there are studies that show women who take NAC or N-acetylcysteine, even through that first trimester, have a less reoccurrence of pregnancy loss. So this may be something that you may want to start in this preconception period before you get pregnant again, and it may be something that you want to continue taking as well. So those are some things that you can do for inflammation and some things that you can do to help support detoxification itself. Now, another really important aspect of this inflammation conversation is stress. And I know you're having a lot of stress because of this, but you're also having, life stress. You've got families and work and jobs and cars and houses and all the things, right? You have so much stress happening, and that's just a normal part of life. We're never going to be able to get rid of it. So what we're going to do instead is learn to manage the stress response inside the body so that it doesn't cause a ton of hormones coursing through that cause imbalance and strain and egg damage and all these things. So part of this is, really intentionally making sure that you're doing things throughout the day to manage the stress response and not just trying to avoid stress. So something that you can do immediately is start grounding yourself in gratitude every day. And what I mean by that is making sure that you're actually connecting to the feeling of gratitude daily, whether that's in the morning and the evening to kind of bookend your day with it, or whether you kind of do it throughout the day. But when you really connect with something that you're grateful for, and you're really really digging deep and thinking about something that you're grateful for or feeling gratitude, you cannot feel other things simultaneously. You're not going to be feeling anger and stress and worry and anxiety over other things. You're going to be centering in gratitude, and that helps to decrease stress hormones. It helps to relax the body. It brings the blood pressure down, and it helps to ground yourself and give your body that moment of saying, okay, everything's good here. We're fine. We're not in a stressed state. We can relax. And that's a really important part of giving the body that moment to help kind of break this cycle, because stress and inflammation are a vicious cycle. Stress can cause inflammation. Inflammation then causes stress, and it goes around and around and around. And unless we break this cycle, it will continue to affect our body, and it can continue to affect our fertility journey as well. So that's one way. Grounding yourself in gratitude, doing gratitude journaling morning and evening. Another thing you can do that I really love is meditation. I'll put a meditation in the description box. I have one on my channel that people really love. So doing meditation daily, every other day, and it doesn't have to be a long one either. It can just be a couple minutes. It could be 2 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 20 minutes. It's up to you, whatever you can fit into your day. But the point is, you need to take time to actually give yourself care and work with your body in nourishing it in the way that it needs. It doesn't always have to feel like this, push-pull. Like, why is my body not doing what I want it to do? Trying to pull it along with you instead of giving it what it needs and moving forward together. So that's another thing you can do. So gratitude journaling, meditation. Another really important thing is sleep. You need to make sure that you're giving your body enough restorative sleep each night so that it can function properly. Sleep is a massively important part of health and vitality and fertility as well. So if you have trouble sleeping, if you wake up a lot at night to pee, if you have trouble falling asleep, trouble staying asleep, or if you're just not getting enough sleep, this is something that needs to be worked on. Again, we're making progress here. You don't have to work on all of these things all at once, but if you're having trouble sleeping, hit me down in the comments if you're someone who wakes up 14 times a night to pee, if you don't get to bed on time, if you only sleep 4 or 5 hours every night. Hit me down in the comments so that we can talk about this. But sleep is a massively important piece of your health and fertility and helping your body be optimal for getting and staying pregnant. Something that you can do to naturally help reset your circadian rhythm so that you can get better sleep has to do with light intake, which is a really important part of your brain's processing of where we are in the day and which hormones need to be released at which times. So something you can do is make sure that in the morning time when you wake up, you're actually getting some bright light from a bright light therapy lamp or actually going outside. So sometime within the first 30 minutes, you are actually going outside and spending 10 minutes out in the sun, giving your body this light signal that it's daytime now. You can also use bright therapy lamps for that too. That's a great time, especially if it's dark when you're waking up in the morning, then you can do a bright therapy lamp. Another thing that has to do with light intake is making sure that you're decreasing intake of green and blue light spectrums at night. So your computer, your phone, your TV, these kinds of things, they actually help, they get in the way of your brain's signaling of, what time of the day is it? Am I releasing melatonin? Is it time to go to bed? It gets in the way of this. It gets in the way of this natural rhythm that our body likes to have. And it can get in the way of you falling asleep, staying asleep. It can just disrupt the entire rhythm, hormonal rhythm and hormonal balance of the body. So if you're not able to sleep, if you're having trouble sleeping, it's a big, big sign from the body that there's imbalance happening. So it's something to pay attention to. And the fix is not just get more sleep. If you can't sleep, then that's just not a fix. So in order to deal with that green and blue light spectrum problem, you can get yourself a pair of blue light glasses. They make blue and green light glasses as well, but they're a little funky looking. So the blue light glasses they make now are, kind of cute, and you can put those on in the evening time. And then maybe about an hour before you go to bed, just put the electronics away. Read a book, do a meditation, and get yourself ready for bed so that your body can get that sleep that it needs. So those are some things that you can start adding into your fertility protocol or your fertility strategy to help optimize your body for an upcoming successful pregnancy. Now, of course, there's things we didn't even touch on in this video, like thyroid health and the MTHFR gene variation and whether to take folate or folic acid and how much of folate and all these things. I'll have to do entire videos about those things. But if you have a specific question about your recurrent pregnancy loss situation, hit me in the comments below and we will connect. And again, if you're interested in diving in deeper into some of these things, then absolutely register for my masterclass that's coming up down in the link below. That's it for me on this video, ladies. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Definitely make sure you check out the other videos on my channel to help you with your journey more. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification so that you know when I upload new content. I'll see you again. Bye, ladies.